watching Bible Theory, the show that will always tell you,
Don't stop believing. Hold on to that feeling.
in today's episode, our very first episode, we're going to be covering the theories of where the Garden of Eden might be. Now, just to give you a little bit of a preface for this show that I'm wanting to do is that I will not be theorizing myself, and I will not be trying to tell you literal truth about the answers to these theories. These are the theories. This show will cover the theories of the less salvation related things in the Bible. I'm not trying to preach the gospel in this show. I'm just trying to share what other people believe, bringing the knowledge to you and equipping you with ideas to decide what you believe and what theory you think is true. So we have 3 theories of where it could be, and then I'll give you my opinion on it. The first theory is that it could be, what the most shared idea really. People will probably tell you when you ask them that, the Garden of Eden between the Tigris and Euphrates River. Well, it's not proven, so don't say that it is. People can say that they believe it's there, but it is not proven to be there. I'm not exactly sure why people believe it. I think it's because the Garden of Eden is stated to be between 2 rivers by different names, I think. And I mean, whatever, you can go in and read it in Genesis if you so desire. But whatever. But I don't believe it. And I think there's not enough evidence to back it up for me. The second theory is that it's on Mars, because Mars is pretty much like Earth but dead. And so if you think about it, it's like, sin entered the left, but I'm sorry, but that just doesn't make sense. Once sin, this is my biggest reason for not believing this theory, is because once sin entered the world, people became mortal. The flesh, not spiritually, but the flesh became mortal. And so this meant that Adam and Eve could not have possibly survived coming to Earth. They would have had to fall to Earth. That just doesn't make sense. Especially not when, your body can easily die being just, seconds in outer space. I'm sorry, it doesn't make sense to me. So that one I'm not going to cover that much, because I think everyone watching this video will agree that that is not a logical answer to the question. The last one, in my opinion, is the strongest about a place you could find it today. I don't believe we can find it today, but if you want to look for it, I would tell you to go look in Florida. The reason why is because this theory has the most logical answers, I believe. For example, it could be in Florida because of the unique plant life there. There are some plants there that don't exist anywhere else. It's a tropical climate. We know the early Earth people lived in tropical climates, and it does make sense. The problem is number one, let's think about the tropical climate idea. Christian scientists do believe in the Pangea idea, where the Earth was one continent, all the continents were together. But where it changes is that secular scientists will tell you that they changed over billions of years, and tectonic plates moved, continents became smaller, bigger, and they moved, and it was super slow, and it moved to the point where continents are today and stuff. And there is evidence that proves that there was one continent. Everything literally, it's as simple as the fact that it's like a jigsaw puzzle. Especially the most obvious one is, of course, South America and Africa. You could literally just take the two and put them together. They click. South America is a little bit lower than Africa. It's obvious. There is evidence to prove, and there's other evidence, tectonic plates moving. The Atlantic Ocean is growing, and the Pacific is shrinking. That's another thing, if you combine the Atlantic maybe wasn't there, it would put Europe and Africa to North and South America. So there's evidence for things like that. But I think the flood explains it a lot better, because in the flood it would have been the ground, literally water is erupting out of the ground. Maybe not on the continents, but certainly somewhere, maybe in the ocean. But water is coming out of the ground, and it's coming from the sky. So both things, the pressure of the water, we know that the water was higher, it was covering the entire face of the earth, and it was higher than all mountains. Imagine that much water. Think about how heavy it is just to carry a decent sized bucket of water for one person. If you're strong enough, sure it's not, but at some point you must have carried something like that and been like, gosh, this water's heavy. Imagine who knows how much more times that upon the entire globe of the earth. I mean, that would be a lot of pressure, and I think it's easy to explain that that is what would have caused the continents to break apart, taking, Eurasian plate and African and all this stuff. It explains it pretty nicely, if you ask me. And there's still after effects. One after effect would have been, a miniature ice age that would have helped people get to North and South America and things. And there's a lot of, everything is explained scientifically for the flood. Go here, Ark Encounter and Creation Museum. They're both really awesome places. They're museums. And it's way better to go there and see Ken Ham's stuff than me trying to explain his stuff myself. So we see evidence proving that is probably what happened. Why that's important is, number one, what Ken Ham actually said when I was doing my research. In one of his videos I watched, he literally stated the most obvious thing about this, and this is what I believe, that you cannot possibly find the Garden of Eden because it is no longer here. It was probably guarded by angels before the flood. We know it was guarded by angels to keep Adam and Eve out with fiery swords and stuff. Don't you think that if it was on the planet, it would have been completely obliterated by the flood? I mean, I do, and I think everyone can agree with that. So I simply believe that the Garden of Eden no longer exists. I don't think God would give a crap about the Garden of Eden. I don't think he cared about it. I think he cares about us and getting us to truly be with him without our flesh. I know that. So I don't think he'd care that oh no, my special garden is destroyed. I don't think he cares about that, because I don't think he cares about the stuff on the earth nearly as much as he cares about us. We know this. The Bible says it. So my theory is that the theory that I accept personally is it doesn't exist anymore. The final thing is that before the flood, the entire earth was probably tropical. I don't remember all the evidence. One theory is that the earth had actually a giant bubble of water within the atmosphere that would have protected the earth from some of the sun's rays. We know the sun is very dangerous, even with the rays it releases that, reach our planet. And it's a dangerous thing, and we don't want to mess with it, and the water could have been protecting us from something. Also, of course, the water in the atmosphere would have made the entire earth tropical. There may have not been an icy North and South Pole on the planet before the flood. I mean, obviously there was a North and South Pole, allowing the magnetic thing around the earth. I don't remember the name for it, but it is helping us protect us from the sun as well. So maybe there was water, and that's what made the entire earth tropical, perhaps. But overall, I think what should be the most accepted theory is that we cannot find it. It was somewhere on the earth, of course, but does it really matter? Not to me. I'm not going to go try to find it. If I'm going to find something from the ancient world that nobody knows where it is, you know what I'm going to look for? I'm going to look for gopher wood. It is still unsolved what the heck gopher wood is, and I'm going to find it one of these days. So, maybe I'll do an episode on gopher wood. So, this is the first episode of Bible Theory. I want you guys to let me know what you think of this show in the comments below. That's pretty cool. And so I can, and give me ideas of theories to explore. I will do my homework. I will make a video on what something from the Bible is. But don't make it too deep. I just want to make something that's a little bit interesting, something that we're not familiar with. So, overall, I enjoyed making this video. You guys can believe in whatever theory. What you believe about where the Garden of Eden really doesn't affect your salvation or relationship with God. It could if you let it become too religious. Just don't take it. You know what I like to say? Christianity is not a religion. It's a mindset. It's a relationship, and it's a lifestyle. Those three things, to me, are what Christianity is. So, overall, that's how I take it. So don't take where the Garden of Eden was too religiously, okay? It's not that important. It's not that deep, guys. So, thank you guys for watching. I hope to see you in my next video. God bless. Peace.